First off, what? How does a virtual student and the only second tier Green Beret in the class, threw that out there for you, Mr. Hudak, even become the class valedictorian? System's rigged, I'd say. But I'll humbly accept these honors, and I think I heard something about a check. No check? Well, as I prepared these remarks, I thought about what I could even say to a room full of such remarkable men. In fact, after hearing that I had been given such an honor as being your valedictorian, to be honest with you, I procrastinated on the speech because I knew that my words would only scratch the surface of what the last 15 weeks have meant to me, and hopefully to you all as well. So rather than trying to find words that cut to the core, that could move the most hardened operator to tears and break down the strongest strongholds of the heart, I thought I would resort to the tactics of every great graduation speaker, and that is being trite and cliche. I think my community of bravado brothers will appreciate it, as I know deep down inside we all feel more than we'd like to admit. So cliche number one, you are the 1% of the 1%. Congratulations, you're 1/10,000th of a whole, mathematically speaking, that is. And what seems numerically insignificant captures the essence of your commitment and sacrifice. But I dare say, thanks to the Honor Foundation, we can say we are the 1% of the 1% of the 1%, or 1 in a million. But what does being 1% to the third power really mean? It means that you, everyone here today, you're a special snowflake. You're so special that Joe Musselman had to create an entire foundation just to fulfill your transition needs. You're so special that he doesn't even have to tuck his shirt in when he meets with Fortune 500 executives on our behalf. You're so special that you're coached to reject job offers from organizations that don't fit your why. For those of you who are live tweeting during this live event, first off, rude. But feel free to add your own hashtag, you're so special. I'd like to give a big shout out and thanks to the Honor Foundation staff, especially Joe, Danny, Dave, the expert guest lecturers, and the world-class coaches. Shout out to Dr. Elizabeth Freed, my executive coach. You are amazing. You have prepared us for taking our specialness into the corporate world. And you've helped us discover our purpose, whether we are in a snowball, a snowman, or a full-blown avalanche. Cliche number two, freely you've received, freely give. That comes from my main man, Jesus, Matthew 10:8. And I'm not saying that Jesus is a cliche, but I have sat through commencement speeches filled with sacrificial overtones that have fallen on deaf millennial ears like my own. But I know that's not the case with this group. I'd like to think that Joe Musselman and the THF staff have their own spin on that old adage, and that freely you've given, freely you've received, now freely give again. Because each one of us knows that our experience here at the Honor Foundation was never about us. It was never about finding our next job. It was about the next chapter of our service. As we all know, our service doesn't end on our separation date or our retirement date, because service is in our DNA. And if we continue to serve our families, our communities, our employers, and our businesses the way that we've served our country, not only will we continue to achieve greatness, but greatness will fall at our feet. And I know that each one of us will pick that greatness up and give it to others, because each one of you is selfless. Through the relationships that I've had the honor to build with the THF staff, with my fellow fellows, I know that I could call on any one of you today and you would gladly stop what you're doing to render aid. It's your selflessness that defines this group. Cliche number 3. This isn't the end of the story. This is just the closing of a chapter of the world's most boring book, life. Now, I know that's true. I know that's not true, especially considering that each one of you that has served on a team that starts with C has your own writing coach and a book deal to fall back on in case this whole work thing doesn't work out. All joking aside though, there's 2 things that I'm really looking forward to as we move on to our next. I'm excited to hear about what you guys, each and every one of you, is going to achieve in the next 1, 5, or even 20 years. From Robert Sweetman's Sustainable City to Aaron Smith's desire to start a Veterans Outdoors nonprofit, to Rob Hilton and Andy Christian's marathons and triathlons. Just to name a few, I know that there are so many other dreams and goals in this room that are going to come to fruition because of who you guys are. And I'm excited to share those stories as we keep in touch. Number 2, I'm excited to answer the phone someday. And on the other side is another THF fellow or recent THF grad giving me the opportunity to say, how can I help? We are now part of a powerful and elite alumni network. And you know what that means. With great power comes great responsibility. Okay, that was my 4th and final cliche. I'm sorry. Congratulations, you guys. I'm so excited to stay in touch with you. For those of you who have already transitioned, Scott, come back to Idaho. Please, we need your sriracha. Welcome to the civilian world. To those of you who are transitioning in 2018, I'm looking forward to hearing about the opportunities you're pursuing. I love you guys. Have a good night and God bless.